All right, folks, good morning. Let's get started. All right, so for today, Friday the 7th, we have the following. We had at 8:30 a.m. Eastern, we had average hourly earnings month over month, which came in better than expected. Non-farm employment change came in a lot better than expected, 272,000 versus an expectation of 182,000. Also, hourly earnings, although it doesn't look like that's a big difference, zero point 0.4 versus zero point 0.3, it is. So those are two big positive surprises. Unemployment ticked up to 4%. Um, that is for the Fed, that's actually a positive thing because they want to see a looser labor market. So higher unemployment is actually good in their opinion. But it'll of course be bad for the people who are unemployed. Anyway, at 10 a.m. we're going to have final wholesale inventories month over month, which is not a major report. 12 p.m. we're going to have FOMC member Cook speaking. Not expected to have much impact, but we'll see. And then at 3 p.m. we'll have consumer credit, which is not expected to have a significant impact on the market. So with these two big surprises, on employment related stuff, we should see, which we are, a negative impact on the market. Um, so basically, since those came in strong, it gives the Fed, the FOMC, less of an incentive to lower interest rates. So there you go. So sharp decline there, as we can see. So the markets look like they're going to open significantly lower than where they closed yesterday. The red dotted line is yesterday's close. Yesterday was very neutral. There was not anything much going on, so perhaps we'll get some movement today, which would be nice. So we'll see. Taking a look at stocks which were moving yesterday. We had PayPal, PYPL was very bullish yesterday. It was able to surpass its target number two to the upside, 65.88, and then topped out at 67.82. So that was a very, very large move. Amazon was bullish yesterday. It was able to pass its target number one of 185, 183.58, and then later on, it did advance to over three-fourths of the way to target number two, but it did take all day for that to happen. Tesla, actually, sorry, wrong one. Not Tesla, Airbnb was bullish. It was able to pass its target number one of 147.28, reaching a high of 148.79, which was shy of its target number two, but definitely exploitable. Netflix and FLX. Um, Netflix was bullish, but it only got about 40% of the way to its target number two to the upside. We found it on the move from its target number one of 653.99, but it didn't perform that well. Only went about 40% of the way, topping out at 657.99. Starbucks, however, did do pretty well, at least at the end. It was able to pass target number one to the upside of 82.04, and then it did get to target number two to the upside of 82.93 after a very deep pullback. So there was only a brief period of time where it was truly exploitable to that target number two move. Meta, META, was bullish, able to pass its target number one to the upside of 498.79, and then went about two-thirds of the way to its target number two to the upside, but topped out at 502.82. And that was pretty much it. Adobe was bullish as well, but we were looking for a move from its target number one of 465.73, but it just went a little bit beyond that and then reversed. So by the time we saw it, it was a little too late. So that was it. So not a fantastic day yesterday for opportunities, but we had a few. All right, moving on. Looking at the pre-market, here's what we have so far. I see only four stocks. BCDA is first. That's up 7.67%. 5 million shares traded in the pre-market, and it's at least $1 per share. So we will add that to our pre-market watch list for stocks. Remember that watch list is only for stocks, not for options. So BCDA is now added. Next up we have GERN, GERN, which is currently up 20% on over 10 million shares, and it's at least $1 per share. So we will add GERN to our pre-market list. Next up we have HOLO. That's only down 1.71% right now. It was up a lot more earlier, but it's given up those gains, so we'll have to pass on that one. LFLY is currently up 32% plus on 1.6 million shares roughly, and it's over $1 per share, so we will add that to our pre-market radar, LFLY. All right, if you folks see any other stocks that meet all four of our criteria, let me know in the chat. Other than the three I just mentioned, which I'll post in the chat right now. So we need a NASDAQ listed stock that is in the pre-market session of today is currently trading at least $1 per share or greater in price. Must have achieved at least 1 million shares of volume in the pre-market today, and must have also achieved at least a 6% price change, which can be positive or negative today. All right, so Jen mentions VERO. That's currently up 190%, 21 million shares, and it's at least $1 per share. All right, so that one qualifies. We will add VERO to our pre-market radar. VS is mentioned next. That's currently up 15.7% on 6.6 million shares, and it's at least $1 per share. Good, so we'll add VS to our pre-market radar as well. And then Novavax Invax is mentioned. That's currently down. Well, it was down 6% a little while ago. Right now it's on the cusp, so I won't add that to our radar, but we already have this stock on our general watch list, so we'll take a look at it at the opening bell. All right, so I have to wrap up here in about 20 seconds. So if you see any other stocks that meet all four of our criteria, folks, let me know in the chat. I will also mention GameStop overnight was up big. After the market closed, it advanced as high as 67.50 a share. But since then, in this pre-market, looks like some very aggressive selling has come in to move the price down. I guess I do actually have to assume these are short sellers that came in to sell. Looks like they start to aggressively sell at 6:03 a.m. Eastern, and then again at 6:44 to move the price down. I doubt those were buyers that sold, but you never know. Anyway, due to the sharpness of the move down, I'm thinking those are new short sellers. That still puts the stock within, for GameStop, it's within about $10 of where it closed yesterday. So we'll see. There's supposed to be a big social media event, I believe is today. Roaring Kitty, the mastermind or the main influence behind the movement ever since the first short squeeze several years ago. I believe he's having a live stream today, so we'll see. I didn't see. Maybe he already had it, but let me find out. Let's see. 1 second. Oh, it's going to be at noon, 12 p.m. Okay. So it hasn't happened yet. So that will happen midday. So even though that's not a NASDAQ stock, just making a mention of it since it's a pretty big deal. All right, folks, we'll wrap up for today. Please be sure to like the video. I see we have 11 likes, but more than 11 people are watching. So please be sure to hit that like button. That greatly helps us with the YouTube algorithm, so we appreciate that. Also, please make sure to subscribe to the channel so you get notifications. If anyone's watching this on a replay, please be sure to check out fundertrading.com, our website. You'll see a link in the description of this video. Other than that, for everyone else, I'll see you in the coaching room in about 23 minutes, and then we'll go from there. All right? All right, folks. Have a great trading day and a great weekend, and I'll see you for the next Pre-Market Pulse on Monday. Take care.